Well, I'm out and doing some videos. Let's do some stuff on everyday carry. Now, part of bushcraft is that you got to be the kind of person who goes out and explores and does things, and sometimes you got to do that on a moment's notice. Sometimes after work, it's a nice day, you get a break. Why not take a walk in the woods? Sometimes I drive around for work a lot. I put a lot of miles out. And I'm driving, and maybe I see a nice, trail or something like that in a forest, and I want to go hike on my lunch break. Well, you got to have a good EDC kit if you're going to do that kind of stuff. And I see a lot of people's EDC, and they're gigantic. So I've tried to pare mine down as much as I can. Keys, of course, they're a given. This is little, like $3 for $1. These are just little zipper pull compasses, a little tongue-tied here. They work decent. I've checked them with real compasses, and they do work okay. As long as they're, you get them away from the rest of the metal, and you set them down someplace flat. They're actually fairly accurate. But these are nice. They cost next to nothing, and I'm a big fan of not wasting money on things. And this is a throwaway. I do have a nicer compass, but in an emergency, I would rather have this than nothing. It's tiny. Next, these are the little widgie bars that comm sells. They're like $4. These are great because I find I always end up prying stuff with my knife at work, or even out in the woods. You're trying to do something, you're trying to pry at something, and you tend to use your knife a lot. And you shouldn't use your knives for stuff they're not meant for. I mean, it's the easiest way to break them, have injuries. So I bought this thing. It's like $4.99. Wrapped it in paracord, which is really easy to do to wrap them. And I actually find I use it quite a bit. And now my knives aren't, being used for things they shouldn't be. Next, because I do work at night a lot, and I do have to drive around and, do a lot of stuff at night. Always nice. It is kind of bright, but it's a little photon. I can't remember the model, but it's a little LED light. Fits on your keychain. It was maybe $4 or $5. Really bright. But this is kind of a lifesaver when you are going up a dark stairwell at night or something like that. Big help. I also keep a P38 can opener. Nice little thing to have. I tape the thing down so it doesn't rip my pockets. Because it is a screwdriver. It is, a sharp end. You can use it for a lot of things. Plus, hey, you never know when you just want to buy a can of something, and munch on it, and you don't have a can opener. So this is something that I tend to use at work a lot. People bring in cans. They don't have a can opener. They want to eat their lunch. I tend to use it when I'm done. I just tape it back up. The other item, the last item I have on my keys, and hopefully I can open this one-handed. We'll see. There we go. Is the Gerber shortcut. I got this mostly because of the size. $9.99. I'm not big on spending $60, $70 on a multi-tool. I think, in the end, as long as you're not buying something that's really cheap, you're getting decent quality. This one I bought because it has the scissors as opposed to the pliers. I tend to bring pliers. I have a million pairs of pliers in my car, so I tend to use the scissors more because of work than anything. Plus, they're nice. You need to cut some paracord, whatever. You want to save your knife. You can cut paracord. It comes with the normal stuff. It's got a blade. It's got a file. It's got the normal multi-tool stuff. I'm not going to sit here and show you everything. It's boring. But for the size, this is a really nice thing. And they also make, I think it's called the Gerber Vice, but they're both $9.99, and they're keychain multi-tools. Great little thing to have. That's something that in the woods will be completely invaluable. You do get lost. You've got a blade. You've got light. You've got a compass. You've got, not that that's going to do you any good in the woods, but, you see what I mean. You have the basics for survival on your keychain. And this, you got to figure the light. That's signaling. You can signal people with that. You can, there's a lot of uses for it. But having these things, you have signaling, navigation. And with a knife, you can make shelter. You can hope, maybe even make fire if you find flint. I mean, one thing I would like to add, but I'm not a smoker, would be a lighter. But I do have in my little day packs, I always have lighters and flint and steels and all kinds of things like that in there. But for average everyday work, I don't need it. This is sufficient. But anything beyond just an afternoon hike, I always have at least 1 or 2 ways to make a fire. And, a few other little things. But this gets me through and at least makes me know that if something happens, I do have enough to get by.